Black Female Project.
This is Leslie Stoval, your guest host for the Black Female Project podcast. Learn more about our work at www.blackfemaleproject.org. Hi there, I'm Leslie Stoval, and talking with Sandra Varner today. This is for the Black Female Project, and Sandra qualifies in all categories there. Sandra established the Varner PR agency in 1991 to develop and implement community, media, and public relations objectives for businesses and organizations. Varner has invaluable experience in newspaper, radio, television, travel, we'll get into that, tourism, sports, cultural and performing arts, political, faith-based, healthcare, and private sector initiatives. In 2008, Varner established Talk2SV, a broadcast and digital platform to address and fill an important gap in the Bay Area's TV and digital programming environments for local small businesses. Nationally and internationally, Varner has coordinated substantial media relations campaigns as well, engaged hundreds of top celebrities, clergy, newsmakers, elected officials, athletes, corporate executives, and community leaders in dynamic conversations about their career endeavors. She knows everybody. Believe that. Collectively, Varner has over 20 contiguous years of dedicated pursuit, illuminating causes that affect underserved and vulnerable populations, along with elevating the visibility of nonprofit organizations. She's got a lot on her plate. The unique combination of an accomplished public relations background and an esteemed journalism track record, Varner PR Agency and Talk2SV are recognized entities with specialized proficiencies. Varner is a proud graduate of Southern University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, a registered small local enterprise business with Alameda County, a member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority, they wear red, and the Bay Area Business Roundtable, Women Film Critics Circle, and the Center of Hope Community Church in Oakland, California. Welcome, Sandra.
Welcome, and that is exhausting.
And you know, you've always been on the vanguard. And I always appreciated what you were doing. I'm in the radio, and I always saw that you were out promoting everything, every day working hard and helping the Black community. I just want to say thank you from me.
I thank you for that. That means so much, because that has been the heartbeat of the business. And while we have touched lives of many people across many ethnic backgrounds, in our heart is making sure that African Americans receive the same kind of attention that everybody else gets, but rarely has the opportunity to do so.
How did you get a vision one night and say, this is what I'm going to do? I mean, how did this come about? Give me the genesis.
Actually, a very good question, because when I went to college many, many moons ago, the advice I got was not to major in journalism. That was my goal going to school. I would be a journalism major. I wanted to do broadcast news and so forth, and was told the way of the future is technology. And I tell certain people that who are certainly my junior, and they get a chuckle because they think, well, you had computers back then? Well, absolutely. But the advice that the college advisor had was technology is the way of the future, and encouraged me to do that. And I did. I went in that direction. But my heart was in journalism. Got a degree in computer science and started working in the field. However, the calling was in journalism. So after about 5 years working as a programmer, software programmer, I had an opportunity.
You were way ahead.
It really was. It was just the way ahead. It was a way ahead notion of entering my career. Started working for a newspaper, fell in love with it. My assignment was
Which newspaper?
It was the Houston Defender in Houston, Texas.
Is it the Black paper?
Yes, it's still Sansaria Messiah Giles. And the opportunity was to interview celebrities for her paper.
And so, as you and I both know, in interviewing celebrities, you have to tack a little bit, because a lot of people don't know they're very insecure.
Indeed.
And they're used to everybody saying, you're the best ever, blah, 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 blah. And
Can we talk about that?
Oh, God. So you have to, like, keep that going, because like the objective is to interview the task at hand and to facilitate that, right?
Completely.
But you found that, huh?
Yeah, it's just such an amazing, seemingly dichotomy of personality. Here you are, you have millions of people who love you, but you're introverted usually, and you have to be coaxed into the stardom that your talent got you.
Oh my gosh.
It's I've never understood it, actually.
Yeah, but you know, it's like for me, when I'm on the air, I'm a different person than when I'm at home. Because I'm home, I'm an introvert. I stay home with my cat and read. That's what I do.
Wow.
You know, I like taking walks, nature walks, stuff like that. But anyway, this is about you.
It's about us.
Well, I thank you very much for including me in your company.
Sure.
So, hometown?
A town probably about as big as this table, a very small town in Louisiana, Winsboro, Louisiana. And actually last year, a classmate became the first African-American mayor to be mayor of Winsboro, Louisiana.
How nice.
Yeah,
How nice.
yeah. So that's into the northeast part of the state.
And give me a shero. Who would be a shero of yours?
Oh, man. I have several. Those that are still with us would be my two sisters. They very much factor prominently in my life. My mom, who passed a couple of years ago.
Sorry to hear that.
Just a wonderful lady who lived a great, strong life. And there are many of them. I guess I caution to start a list because we don't have that much time, Leslie. But I find joy and encouragement from women that stay the course, that through their commitment to whatever it is, they meet obstacles with optimism. So people who are defined in that way are my sheroes and heroes.
Mine too, because it's how you meet the challenges, you know, because you're going to have them every day.
And that's a great time to pray. That is a great time to pray because prayer is a very central part of my life. And it seems that when you engage God in prayer at the most inopportune time, by others' definition, is the time of grace. He just bestows grace upon you to realize, hey, you know what? We're all out here stuck together. Some of us have got to be nice.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
Prayer gets you through that.
It's so true. It's so true.
Yeah.
Now, PR and marketing and advertising, it's very racially sensitive. And how have you navigated? Because it's, you know, do you ever watch that show Mad Men?
I tried. I don't know for what reason. It just didn't, it didn't take. I don't know why. I think, Leslie, my approach has always been, and a phrase we hear often, but what is the common core that we all have?
Right.
We breathe.
Right.
We talk. We walk. The commonality is where you start the conversation, where you start the process of engagement, and where you start to develop the messaging. So I always look for what is a common core, a common thread that we all share.
Right.
And if we have to make a specific message or a campaign or an approach, sure, of course we do that.
Right.
But the commonality is really what tells the story, what conveys the message, what allows you to reach the end goal, and that is communicating.
Right. Right. And I agree with you, because it's like, okay, you have a product here, and what about it is compelling to everyone, right? That's
one of the things that I think became even more clear or clearer is being in the Bay Area. Now this is going to sound strange, but I knew nothing about earthquakes until I moved here. And my first earthquake, I remember distinctly because I thought somebody was breaking into my apartment. I didn't know what that feeling was like.
It was rocking?
Yeah. And it was just, I woke up screaming, and I realized, oh my God, this is what a quake feels like.
Wow.
Okay. From that point forward, I started to recognize the humanity that surfaces when things like earthquakes or fires.
Right.
At that point, I don't care who you are, where you came from, what you look like. It's your humanity that I care about. helping each other get through a tough time.
We're all in the same boat.
We're all in the same boat. Your house shakes, my house shakes. You know, and I think that it's a strange way, an epiphany from all of that became, if you need blood, you don't care who I am. You just want to make sure the type matches.
Right.
So the Bay Area was a great birthing place for that kind of thinking because I grew up in the segregated South where everything was defined by black and white. Wow. Everything. As a child, you can only imagine the imprint that has on you. But when I moved to the Bay Area, it was an opening. It was for my mind and my thinking to realize, move past a definition of black and white and move into the embrace of humanity. So I've loved the Bay Area for that reason alone.
I like the Bay Area for that. Because it's just like, I always grew up being taught richness of difference. I went to Jewish summer camp in the Catskills.
Really?
Yeah. My mother's, she was getting her master's at Ohio State. And her professor, Morris Eisenstein, Russian Jew, had a summer camp in East New York, Van Sicklen in Brooklyn. And so I'm this uber Midwestern, quiet, very proper, formal. And I go to this Jewish summer camp, and everybody's all over the place, and I'm meeting the Jews and Italians and Puerto Ricans, people I'd never met before. And my whole world just like opened up. I go, oh, great. I mean, and you know, I really believe this. It's all about relationships. And the more that we interact with other people in different cultures and stuff, the more we see how much we have alike.
Completely.
You know? And which is a beautiful thing.
It is. And it takes the pressure off of the way we present or the way we identify, because I'm just talking to another human being. So
if you had a black female Mount Rushmore, who would be those people?
Oh, what an amazing question. I like the phrasing of that. Who would be on it? Well, certainly my mom. Probably my first grade teacher.
What's her name?
Barbara Rollins. She always made us feel so good about ourselves. And she was careful that we would not tease each other or make each other feel bad or point out frailties in each other. And can you imagine, I won't reveal my age, but at the age that I am, I can date back to my first grade teacher, and I still feel the impact of her turning us into human beings that paid attention to each other and that esteemed each other long before they became a popular way of treating each other. Mm-hmm. So my first grade teacher, my first grade teacher, of course, I mean, everybody hears Oprah, but I'll tell you why Oprah. Because I connect with her in the ways that she grew up in the South, in the segregated South. And we were taught to speak the King's English and to lose the accent and to navigate our way through by sounding in a way that was acceptable across the board.
General market,
that's what I'm looking for. And I appreciate the fact that she was a woman who was not a size 2. And she broke through the barrier of being told you have to be a size 2 if you want to be in TV and all these things. So I relate to her in that way. So she remains one of the persons I love so much. And there's someone that you probably won't know, but she runs an AIDS orphanage in Zimbabwe. Mama Jean Cornack. The thing I loved so much about Mama Jean is I met her, close to 20 years ago. And their approach to caring for children who were orphaned by AIDS was to love them, was to treat them with kindness and generosity of spirit, to hug them, to let them know that they are loved and cared for in a nurturing environment that did not have all of the riches or all the spoils of the world, but they had pure love and genuine concern. So Mama Jean, and maybe the other 2 are yet to be determined. How's that?
Well, when we have you back, you let us know. Because we definitely have to do an update.
I'd love that.
I really appreciate, Sandra, you sharing your humanity and your capacity for love, because it's evident. Now, if I need a PR person,
Yeah.
how do I get in hold of Sandra?
I tell everyone, if you want to find me, just put my name in Google, and there I am. But I am Varner PR Agency.
Spell it.
V as in Victory, ARNER, P as in public, R as in relations.
All right.
Varner PR. Just look me up, and I'm there. And hopefully you'll see us soon because we're rebranding. We're getting a new social media identity. We're getting a new web presence, and all of that will be unveiled in the next quarter of the year.
Well, let us know because we want to help you get that out there.
Thank you, Leslie.
Sandra, thank you.
This was so great.
Pleasure.
You're just a calming presence. I appreciate that.
Oh, thank you. You are too, and I appreciate that too. And you're a wonderful person. Wonderful person. All right. Take care. Thank you so much.
Black Female Project.
Thank you for listening to the Black Female Project podcast. Black Female Project works to positively impact the wellness and professional experience of Black women. We celebrate women who thrive at work and share their stories with the girls coming behind us. Learn more at www.blackfemaleproject.org. Follow us on social media at Black Female Project. This is Leslie Stoval. Thanks for listening to the Black Female Project podcast.